YouTube, YouTube world, YouTube universe, good people. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's get right into it. You janky promoters with the big connect breath. This video is for the new people. What cryptocurrency enthusiasts identify as newbies. This video is for the newbies. Excuse the noise in the background. It's just this torrential downpour taking place. So let's get right into it. You know, I've made a video already about janky promoters and contradictions, but I find myself talking about the same thing again because there are some promoters that I've been following for years, and how I've been exposed to them is by exploring different projects years ago on YouTube. And of course, because they made videos and, they were also incessantly making videos, I'm talking about possibly multiple videos a day, naturally, they were also tied into projects that I was looking into or researching or whatever. But the problem has been, since these promoters have been actively marketing these cryptocurrency projects or platforms, they haven't been successful. The only, out of all the stuff and garbage they've actually promoted, the only ones that have been seemingly, I guess, successful by way, and what I mean by successful, like, is it, operating today. One is Steam It, even though Steam It is, you have to be patient with Steam It. You really do have to be patient with Steam It, and even learning Steam It, it's just a language in itself. Um, what else? The only successful DApp that they were involved in, well, I should say one of them was involved in two of the most successful dApps to date, P3D and Gandiji.io. The problem is, these same janky promoters, they profess why it's important that people, especially newcomers, are taught how crypto works, how to use crypto, what's the purpose of crypto, and especially dealing with decentralized application, the dApp space, with Ethereum, Tron, IOST, whatever. But the platforms that they're pushing, see, their track record doesn't really match the success or the seeming, the success that they want the viewers to believe that they have. Because they haven't been successful. In fact, their track records suck. Point blank, period. But they're still pushing projects that only a minuscule amount of people can really understand, that these things are that they're pushing are really money grabs, because they have not held stand stood tall for the test of time, like Gandiji.io or P3D, for example. Steam It is not a smart contract. So we're going to talk about dApps. Let's get into the dApp thing. Because I was once a newbie. So this is not a video to spew hate against promoters who are really trying to make an effort to inform their viewers about projects that can really deliver positive rewards to everyone who interacts with those projects. I don't have time personally to hate on anyone. Hate not only is a strong word, but it's a powerful word, because the minute you exclaim hate, heat is generated in your body instantaneously. Now, I don't have the energy to expend on anyone, and much less anyone on social media or YouTube. Please. So this is not about hate. It's about information because I was once a newbie, and I think it's important that people who will enter this space, because it's only a matter of time, can find information, useful information that they're looking for, and also videos that can present red flags or teach people what not to do or things to be aware of. Because some of these promoters, it may not be their fault, but subconsciously they're messing up. It may not be something that they're outright trying to do, and some are. All they care about is their own needs, and they don't care about anything else. Because you see it in how they work too. And many of these janky promoters move in a way that's incredibly bipolar. One minute they're going to do something, then they flip and contradict themselves the next minute. So it's important to draw your own conclusions. It's important to be an sort of like strictly analyze the information for yourself. Not because these janky promoters are telling you what they're doing and what you should do by convincing you and persuading you to get into these projects. And especially when it's these projects that have not done well, man. They have not done well. Be careful in the crypto space, because crypto right now is lawless. It's just now that you have governmental bodies who are trying to introduce regulation to control this wild maze called cryptocurrency. But it's lawless right now. That's why you have people who create dApps, who create coins, who create tokens out of nowhere, and they have a strong, sort of like a strong marketing team, to hype everyone up via social media, get all the victims involved, take the monies of the victims who are seemingly naive, who are new to the space, take their money, and the victims have no one to save them. It's the same story that's repeating itself over and over again. But then you have these janky promoters with the big connect breath. And when I say big connect breath, is because the way they speak, it reminds me of 2017. It reminds me of March, April, May of 2017, when this is what they were pushing. They were pushing this out there, and so many others were also. But a lot of the people that were pushing the big connect narrative are no longer doing that. But you have these same heads that have stood, that remain in the crypto space, that profess to know about blockchain, that talk about how education is important, but you're educating the people with poor information. You're giving people poor information. Period. BitConnect today is still active on the blockchain. But this is not about BitConnect. This is about the promoters who got fried or who are still getting fried because they promoted a platform that shut down on January 16, 2018, and since then have promoted a number of failed projects and even had dApps that were cloned in their likeness. Come on. Because you have people who are always going to be, there will be waves of new people upon new people upon new people. If the people keep getting scammed, that puts a bad light on cryptocurrency as a whole, and that keeps you as a janky promoter at a disadvantage because you cannot continue to give people misinformation, which ends up scamming the individuals. So when are you janky promoters going to change? Maybe it doesn't matter to you. Maybe it'll continue. You continue to, speak this message, speak this type of talk to the people because that's what helped you back in the days of BitConnect. Even though you both talked about Steam It, but Steam It was just way too boring. Curation trails and all this nonsense. It was just way too boring. But y'all thought that you had a pulse. You had a finger on the pulse of crypto. Because when you hear these people talk, they speak as if they just, man, they're experts. They're experts. But your expertise is leading people into scams. That's where you're an expert in. You're expert in leading people into scams. And these guys, these are the same promoters that people revere. I no longer revere them at all. But people revere these people. Back in 2017, these are the same types of promoters that were telling people by showing their wallets on the videos about how much Bitcoin they had, how much whatever coins they had. And these same individuals reportedly, allegedly, got hacked. Well, you want to know why? Because you didn't exercise security. But you're the same individuals that when you talk, you act as if y'all know more than anyone else who's been involved in crypto or any new person who's coming into the space. But you're still leading and you're still marketing the scams. One joker mentioned, I'm not even going to get into that, man. I mean, it's just retarded. It's just retarded. It's retarded. It's one thing when you stop making videos and you have a certain level of charm or charisma and you like to entice the people because your personality is favorable. You have a voice, you're entertaining, you have talent. So sure, you will do well, you will amass a following and your platform will excel. But allow it to excel for the right reasons, not the wrong. I mean, they don't see the thing about these people, they don't see anything past their nose. It's about what's happening right now. They'll talk about long term, but they'll practice short term tactics. You can't follow these people. That's why you have to use your own brain, newbies. You have to use your own mind. You have to have an analytical mindset. Make well-informed, calculated decisions. Take calculated risks. Because if you listen to these janky promoters, you will find yourself in the same box, the same wheel that they've been running like hamsters since 2017. Create your own lane by creating your own plan and use something in your arsenal that actually works. Not these failed projects that these janky promoters talk about. Open your minds, man. Open your eyes and open your mind and let the truth seep in so you could be connected to that instead of being lulled into these lies and this falsehood and this fake scam projects. You learn nothing. You learn nothing that way. Actually, you learn what it means to lose. You learn what it means to be in pain. You learn what it means to not have anything. And you just watching these guys making a buffoon or ass of themselves over and over and over again. These characters are not even worthy for me to mention. You'll find them on your own way because they're not hard to find. They're easily, widely available. It is what it is. I'm not perfect, but I'm not going to talk about platforms that produce, that scam out on people.